cross that he got and really had the dropsies all day, if you like, and it did make the whole defence a little bit insecure. He's a much better goalkeeper than that, and I'm sure that he will more than make up for those mistakes that he made in the last match.
Ian Polari is the sweeper.
Well, Polari coming in, as we said, hasn't played for 2.5 weeks, but Ian's big quality is, apart from the skill factor, is that he's a great communicator, and certainly communication did appear to be absent in the last match. Verkic and Plesser, of course, well known to one another with the same club, and they will form the defensive duo, the marking job, along with Plesser, as we've mentioned, is moving now from the libero or sweeper role, more correctly, as these boys play the game, into the marking job, the co-defender at the back. The real key positions for me, Les, are on the flanks. Antios really has to put out of his mind that miss in the last minute of the game, which probably cost us the draw against Cameroon. There are bigger and greater players than Con who have missed those chances. He has to put it behind him, and we'd be looking for him and his a similar role on the left for Paul Bilokopic to get forward a lot more. It's a more natural game for Bilokopic to come forward. It's a role he plays with his club, and we'd be looking for more support down the flanks from both of those players. The midfield I don't think we've seen the best of. Talai, along with Ennis and Skoko. Talai playing on the right-hand side, and I believe can contribute a lot more than he has so far. Likewise with Ennis, who is the key player, the playmaker in the middle of the field. And again, like Talai, I don't believe we've seen the best of Ennis, or for that matter, Skoko, who is good in terms of striking at opposition goal, and we haven't seen too much of that from him so far. So in general terms, we need a much better performance from our midfield to support the two front runners who have been among the two best players so far. Middleby, whose speed is a perfect foil for Viduka in front, and of course Mark Viduka goes without saying his qualities to the team, the captain, the top scorer in the NSL for 2 years, player of the year, and any other award that was going around. So it's fabulous news that he's fit, and Les Scheinflug saying that even if there was 1% chance that he couldn't play, that he wouldn't play. He wasn't going to risk Viduka for any money.
This is a growing team though still, John. I feel that they are going through these games still growing with each game.
They do, all teams.
I mean, the fact that they missed those opportunities in their last game, I think showed that they have still some ways to go, and perhaps tonight in this game they will take those opportunities.
Well, teams grow up in tournaments, particularly at youth level, and they grow. If we go back to Portugal or back to 93, you just see them maturing with each outing. I think this team is not as well prepared as the last one in terms of international competition. You remember probably the main reason the young Socceroos did so well in 93 was that through the SPS Youth Challenge they had Brazil here to play 4 games, and that this team hasn't had that quality type preparation.
Okay, but it's going to be a tough opponent today. Now the Germans have got a couple of players out suspended, and we also hear, like we did from about the Dutch, that they're quite depleted in terms of the sort of players they wanted to bring with them. But I don't think that's all that relevant. What we're talking about here is the team that is already in Qatar. I mean, who would have been there had something else happened, or the world had not been round, or flat, is quite irrelevant to me. The fact is that this is the German team we're facing. So what do you think our chances are?
Well, I've always rated them highly against Germany. I think they're well within our range. I think the boys have got to put out a draw is enough. I mean, it's always a dangerous situation to go out and play for a certain result. I think they're well within our range. Les Scheinflug making the point you just made, saying that, okay, there's a few of the German boys are not there. The others are as equally as good at that level. They're associated with first division clubs.
Professional players.
Professional players, yeah.
Which some of our players are not. Australia playing in their normal all gold-coloured strip, and the Germans in their normal white shirts and black shorts. Let's go over to Doha for the national anthems. Well, it's Australia's biggest game for a long time at youth level. Well, biggest since, of course, they played their semi-final against Brazil in 1993, and certainly one of the biggest in the game's history in this country. The Australians playing in their normal strip, as I mentioned, and the reason I'm mentioning that again is because we've had some queries from viewers about why is it that the Australian team keeps changing its colours. Well, in fact, the colours are not being changed. The design of the strip gets changed, and that's quite normal in modern football. Marketing considerations are very much part of that, and the refreshing look is just about part of every top team at the moment in world football. That may be different to other sports, but that is the way it is in football. And it's not marketing the team, it's the marketing initiative comes in fact from the sports good manufacturer that's involved with making the strip. Johnny, it's been said many times that Australia is done so well at these youth championships that it's perhaps time that they got a medal, and maybe the boys are aware of that, and they seem to be coping with the pressure well.
They do, and Les's attitude today in speaking to him is that they want to win this match. They're looking not just to go out to play for the draw. He put a word of caution, however, saying, as Les would know of German origin, saying in assessing Germany, they are like wounded bulls, and there's nothing more dangerous than wounded bulls. So that was his, well, part of his assessment of the German side.
Thank you, John. Well, I think they're just about ready for the kick-off in Doha. Let's go over to our commentator, Gary Bloom.
Thanks, Les. Hello, everyone. And in a group of endless possibilities, one thing is a certainty. One of these two countries will be eliminated from this tournament in an hour and a half's time. Both could be eliminated, and the possibility of that increases if today's match ends in a draw. It's Australia to get their final Group D game underway, playing from left to right in the first half. Brazilian referee Marcio Razende will get this match underway any moment. These pictures coming to you live from the Khalifa Stadium. So Australia have possession right at the start of this game against Germany, the only team in the group yet to win a match. Australia know that a victory today will almost certainly see them through to the quarterfinals. It all depends on the other match being played between Cameroon and Costa Rica. Rat trying to get involved early on here for the Germans. Picked up though on the near side by Schiller. 7 now is Tale. Viduka. We'll stab back to Ian Polari. 14 here is Rikic. Les Scheinflug, the Australian coach, said that Sunday's defeat against Cameroon was caused by players making unforced errors and ball watching rather than player marking. They've had team meetings, they've had individual meetings since then, and they've worked on certain aspects of the disappointing defeat against Cameroon in training. Kunzel now, able to get a crossover, one of the two strikers in this German side. Both teams play with a similar formation, sweeper, 2 central defenders, then 4 across the middle, an attacking midfield player and 2 strikers. This is Clint Bolton, the Australian goalkeeper, who took over from Leslie Pogliacomi in the Cameroon match. Clint Bolton had a very nervous game. He's a regular with the Brisbane Strikers in the NSL. News of Leslie Pogliacomi, who it's thought will return back to Australia tomorrow after this game. He has serious ankle ligament damage. It's an offside decision going Australia's way. Just back to Leslie Pogliacomi, who has ankle ligament damage, has been given the chance to stay in Qatar with his teammates, but he has chosen to return to Australia due to the pressure of academic work. So his studies come first. Clint Bolton's clearance. It's a disappointing one. And free kick to Germany. Just on that goalkeeping situation once again for Australia. Another goalkeeper has been flown out since the Cameroon match, Steve Angelov. And he is on the bench today. He's come from Wollongong, and they had to rush through his visa papers and goodness knows what else to get him out to Qatar in time to be the substitute in this match. Dugan. Rietman. 3 is Stern. 7 is the captain and sweeper, Hintz. It was Kunzel who took it on his chest, but a shapeless start to the game, and the ball is delivered back to Clint Bolton. I think Les Scheinflug believes that with utmost concentration and application, Australia should brush aside Germany and take a place in the last 8. Talley. 5 is Richard Plasser, returning to his more accustomed role as a central defender. There's Les Scheinflug, reaching for the cigarettes. He's put them away when he saw the camera. Jan Valley. Go, getting it onto Rikic. Back to Polari, who's made a mistake, but the German striker running in. Kunzel made an error too. My goodness, Ian Polari, who's been out for the last couple of games after picking up a stomach virus. Almost made an error there, which almost proved dear to Australia. There's Thomas Middleby, or Robert Middleby, should I say. He had a terrific game against Cameroon, Middleby, and caused them all sorts of problems. Linked up delightfully with Mark Viduka, the captain of the team. Talley. Talley again. Ennis. Pumping that one through. It's a good ball too, looking for Middleby. Tapped all the way by Mustafa Dugan, the central defender in the German team. Anthios to take the throw. Still goalless. We've had 5 minutes of the game. Viduka flicked it on, and there's a brave attempt, I think, by Skoko. In fact, it was number 7 here, Tame, Australia's midfield player who had that spectacular overhead effort on goal. Didn't worry Simon Jensch, who had an outstanding game against Costa Rica, despite the fact Germany lost that game by 2-1. Vrikic onto Viduka. The ball had crossed the touchline, throw into Germany. Delivered back to Jensch. Rolled out to Schiller. Now one there by Middleby. Trying to get away from Schiller now. And then an enthusiastic challenge by Gerster. Middleby. Schiller. Gerster. Up on towards Kunzel. That's a great tackle by Anthios to win possession. Talley driven forward, Viduka's offside. Good pressure football there by Australia. Les Scheinflug has underlined to his young team that they must get the ball forward accurately to their captain Mark Viduka, and if they do so, they have a real opportunity to win this game. Schiller. Anthios taking no chances there. We have Marcel Ratz very close to him. Rat number 9 just to the left of your picture was sent off against Cameroon for abusive behaviour. It was his second yellow card, so he served his statutory one-match ban. Schiller's pass. Picking out Rietman. Carefully done by Valley. A great tackle by Belakovic. And it's a corner kick to Germany. I think it's worth underlining that Germany have been severely weakened by at least 7 players who would normally play in this team. They have been refused permission by their Bundesliga clubs to come to Qatar. And the coach described this starting 11 as a bunch of nobodies. Hardly complimentary, is it? Hardly inspires confidence. This is Rietman. Tele. Skoko. Middleby now taking on the German defence. And doing well too. He's eventually been dispossessed. Valley. Schiller. Tame. Skoko drives it onto Viduka. He's marked there by Buchner. It was a very sturdy challenge in the end by Gerster, which won possession back for Germany. The ball had gone over the touchline, throw into Australia. Vidukovic will take the throw, the left back for Australia. Antheos. Might be caught out of position now, Antheos. Ennis, fit to be held. Tale. Viduka tries to help the ball on, only as far as Hintz, the captain of the German team. Polari. Antheos. No shortage of supporters for the Australian team. This is Dugan. Schiller take the ball on. So we're 10 minutes in, we're still goalless. And a free kick to the Germans, which Valley will take onto Schiller. Valley. Hintz. Forced to knock it very long and very inaccurate, straight through to Clint Bolton, the young Socceroos goalkeeper. Dugan was slightly off balance. Maybe so was the cameraman there. Antheos will take the throw. Don Antheos, who missed a virtual open goal in injury time against Cameroon when Australia were 3-2 down. I'm sure he fretted over that error many hours after the game. Skoko. Antheos. Free kick to Australia for that shove by Dugan, the tackle from behind. Now can Ennis and Tale conjure something up here? Ennis takes the free kick. It's floated towards Viduka. It was a good free kick. I'm not sure whether Viduka just mistimed his run slightly there. Mark Viduka has already scored 3 goals in this competition. So Jensch with the goal clearance. Kunzel. Throw into Australia rather than Germany. Rietman less than pleased about that. Vidukovic will take the throw. Viduka has given the ball away to Rat. And this looks dangerous here. Valley eventually repelled by the Australian defence. Schiller. Frees Stern. Skoko. Yeah, can he link it with Viduka? Slightly overhit, but that was the clear intention of Skoko to play a ball into the path of Mark Viduka. Rietmann now, in fact, it's hence for Germany. Gerster. There's the German coach, Hans-Jürgen Dorner. Well, it's been a workmanlike performance so far by Australia. They've hardly outplayed the German team. Talley had his stud showing then as he challenged for the ball. Caught Gerster painfully. Free kick then to Germany. Schiller. Dugan. Keith Cooper of FIFA to the left of your picture. Talley. Wanted too long on the ball. Schiller. Should be Anthios's ball. The goalkeeper advanced off his line, but Clint Bolton has it now, safely in his arms. Looks like Dugan has been given the job of marking Middleby. And presumably Butner the job of marking Mark Viduka. We've had 15 minutes of the match now, and I think it's fair to say neither goalkeeper has had a serious save to make. Lesser got his head to the ball. Anthios just made a gift of it to a German player. Stern has it under control. Dugan. Schiller. Anthios. But Jan Valley then with his free kick. Frank Gerster, the attacking midfield player for Germany, has made his way forward now. Played very wide towards Rietmann. Vidakovic quickly across to snuff out the danger. Rietmann with the throw. Viduka. Anthios. Ennis with a steady build-up by Australia. Skoko. Vidakovic. Middleby. Talley. Ennis. Nice passing here, but can Australia find a suitable final ball? Viduka. Skoko. Talley. Vidakovic. All that passing came to precisely naught for Australia. Brikic with the throw. And the free kick now to Australia. For that foul on Skoko. You might see Joseph Skoko breathing heavily. He has picked up a chest infection and has had some problems breathing during these matches. Ennis. Skoko. Remember, Australia looking to improve on their last two performances at the World Youth Championships, when they finished fourth on both occasions. They needed a victory in this game to take them through to the quarter-finals. And they will hope that Cameroon snuff out Costa Rica's slim hopes of making it through to the last 8 in a match taking place at the same time. This, incidentally, Australia's 28th game at the World Youth Championships. They've won 10, drawn 7 and lost 10. And this is Viduka. It's still Viduka. And what a weak finish by the captain of Australia. Well, he seemed destined to score his 4th goal of the championships then, as he brushed aside these rather weak German challenges. But even weaker still was his shot. Valley. 7 is Hints. Dugan. Middleby. Valakovic takes over, but not to any great effect. It hasn't been the high energy, exciting Australian performance that Les Scheinflug might have hoped for. Australia haven't found an early goal against Germany. Raat. Should be the goalkeeper's ball, indeed it is. Viduka. Still Viduka, the goalkeeper's lost it, and it looks like Viduka has almost scored. Well, there was some very slack defending there by Germany, and the captain of Australia, Mark Viduka, almost took total control of that situation to hook the ball away from Büttner over the head of Jensch, and look at the German goalkeeper scrambling back, thinking the ball was going to land in an unguarded net. That was mighty close. Hints. Australia just beginning to edge in front now in terms of possession and midfield dominance, but there's not a lot in it. Anthios. Pins. Büttner. This, incidentally, Germany's 4th appearance at the World Youth Championship finals. They won it in Australia in 1981 when they actually beat Australia and knocked Australia out of the competition. Australia won't want a repeat of that today. That's Jensch positively coming outside his 6-yard box. It's an enormous throw. The foul is on Raat, who seems to spend his entire game asking the referee for free kicks and corner kicks. Schiller. He's turned down Theos. Rietman. Good catch by Clint Bolton. He had a less than convincing game against Cameroon, but he's made a very confident start to this match. It was a very deep cross indeed. The goalkeeper never took his eye off the ball. Now Rath, goal for Germany. Marcel Rath gives the Germans a lead and heads them towards the quarter-finals. Who knows? The goal comes against a run of play that Australia must come from behind if they're going to go through to the last stage of the competition. The goal comes 23 minutes into the game. Marcel Rath, who was sent off against Cameroon, has made a more positive impact on this match, linking up with his strike partner Marcel Kunzel and driving the ball confidently past Clint Bolton. 1-0 to Germany. Kunzel. Still Kunzel. Back towards Rath. So, Marcel Rath, who returned to the side after suspension, has given the Germans hope of qualification. The young Socceroos know they're in a real scrap now. Skoko pushed in the back. Australia need a quick response to that goal. They'll look to Viduka and Middleby to supply it. And the man standing over the ball now, Ennis. Skoko. It really was very disappointing indeed. Tennis, hoping to get a grip of things in midfield. He'll have to do now. Antheos. Gerster. Schiller. Well, Australia need do or die commitment if they're going to avoid elimination at the group stage. The only positive aspect to that German goal, as far as the young Socceroos are concerned, is that it's come very early in the game and they have a chance to do something about it. 0-0 with 5 or 10 minutes left, and Germany's score is quite a different matter. Viduka. Nothing wrong with that tackle there by Buchner from the VfB Stuttgart club. Viduka. Ennis. Middleby guilty of backing into his defender. That's why the free kick's gone the way of Germany, who lead by 1-0. Jensch with that enormous goal kick. Middleby trying to link up with Viduka, unable to do so. Just feel the Australians need to up the tempo of their game. It's all a bit slow at the moment. When Australia do have possession in midfield, they tend to slow the game down. Wietmann. Rath. Great tackle by Vrikic. No foul. Milakovic. Viduka. Ennis. Australia just can't hang about now. They need a quick goal. Free kick then to Australia. No one suspects the tall central defenders of this Australian team, Vrikic and Plesser, and who knows, even Polari will move forward now to threaten the goal defended by Simon Jensch. Skoko. It's delivered to the back post. Viduka's in there. And the goalkeeper spilled it. And luckily for Germany, Vrikic wasn't too close to do much about it. Good header by Viduka. Five is Richard Plesser, player who operated as a sweeper in Australia's opening 2 matches of these championships. Well, the good thing for Australia now is that Germany are beginning to concede free kicks inside their own half of the field. Fouls on Middleby. Ennis standing over the ball. Skoko alongside him. Ennis chips it into the back post. And the header by Bilakovic is inaccurate. And another wave of pressure by Australia comes to nothing. Simon Jensch was officially nominated the man of the match against Costa Rica. Very tall, imposing goalkeeper from the Bayer-Erdingen club. Look at the length of his clearances. Middleby. And Jensch will probably kick it even further from his hands. Chalet. Ennis. Skoko. Ennis again. That really is a very poor ball, and that's exactly what Les Scheinflug was saying his team were doing far too much of against Cameroon. An unforced error, whilst in possession, just gifting possession back to the German team. Schiller to take the throw. Ennis. Launched off the ball by Jan Valle. Jan Valle scored a late consolation goal against Costa Rica when Germany went down by 2-1. Middleby. Forced outside the box. He turns inside it now. Rietmann hooks the ball to safety. Bilakovic lost the flight of the ball, and Kunzel has it now for Germany. Well, it's hardly going the way of the young Socceroos. They trail by 1-1 after 31 minutes. Should be 0-0. Germany 1, Australia 0. And Hans-Jürgen Dorner mighty pleased with the start his side have made. Ampios. Viduka. Chalet again. That's more like it from the young Socceroos. Chalet getting forward to add menace to Australia's attacks. hold of the shot, but couldn't hit it accurately enough to trouble Jensch. Ennis. Rikic going to Germany. Well, those youngsters would like a goal to cheer. And a yellow card here for Rikic. That's his first of the championships. That's not going to exclude him from a further match should Australia go on. So Rietman to take this free kick for Germany. They lead by a goal to nil. Bolton waiting on his line. It's a good flick back across the face of goal. It should be the goalkeeper's ball. Good header by Dugan. Belakapic. Tale. Belakapic now, can he put over a cross? Appeals for handball against Hens. The referee from Brazil waves play on. Polari. Ennis beaten off the ball in midfield. Ross. Bolton to the rescue, Vrikic. Ennis. Viduka. Remember, Germany led against Cameroon till the 90th minute of that game, when Cameroon got their late equaliser. The half-hearted appeals for a penalty kick by Australia after the ball struck the captain of Germany, number 7, Carsten Hintz. Anthios. 10 minutes to half-time. Confirmation of that yellow card for Vrikic. Maybe Vrikic is slightly fortunate to play in all 3 group games. Had Ian Polari been fit at the start of the tournament, Vrikic would have dropped out. He's now standing in for the suspended Mark Rudan. 6 is Polari. This is Vrikic again. Middleby. Guilty of wrestling a German midfield player off the ball. Beatman. Belakapic. Viduka. Ennis was having his jersey tugged right in front of the referee. I do feel Australia need a goal before half-time if they're going to get through to the quarter-finals. And that's a good stop by Jensch. Skoko with a positive attempt on goal. One of the few that have been accurate so far in this game. A bit more pace in that shot by Skoko, and Australia could well have had a goal. Schiller's taken a painful blow here. And the push by Dogan will result in a free kick to Australia, but meanwhile the German player Schiller will receive some attention. So, break in play. Australia looking for their second victory of this group, having beaten Costa Rica by 2-0, then that defeat against Cameroon, and now they're a goal down to Germany. The Australian team has only lost 4 times since it was put together. Cameroon was that 4th defeat. And Australia's rather easy qualification for the World Youth Championships now being put to the test with sterner opposition. Well, Germany only have 3 available substitutes for this match. 2 players are suspended, and it might prove rather difficult for them if they pick up many more injuries in this game and have forced into a substitution or 2. Dugan, positive header away. Tale took it away from Skoko, but this is Belakovic. Tale. Viduka's calling from the far post. Headed cleared by Rietman and put to safety by the German defence. Raat, beaten by Innis. Tale then just made a present of the ball to Raat. And 14 here is Jan Valle. Dugan. Schiller, who's now fully recovered from that knock. And Theos unable to make progress. It really has been a scrappy game so far. And Les Scheinflug knows that his team have to improve. Innis. I think the major difference for Australia in this game compared to the match against Cameroon is that Germany are attacking Australia all over the pitch. Cameroon sat back and allowed Australia possession when Australia had it inside their own half of the field. That hasn't been the case in this match. And Australia have struggled against that at times. Rietman. Rikic. Viduka. Lesser. They'll need to get closer to goal than that to trouble Simon Jensch. Richard Plesser, the central defender, adding some weight to the young Socceroos attack. I think that Australia have only had 2 attempts on goal which have been on target. One's been a header from Viduka, which was easily saved by Jensch, and the other was a shot by Skoko, which was saved by the German goalkeeper. Germans have only had 1 real attack of any note, and it's resulted in a goal for Marcel Raat, their number 9. Here he is on the ball. Schiller. Valla. And a free kick here for Germany in a position of real danger for the young Socceroos. yellow card. I'm not entirely sure which Australian player committed the foul. More of that later. Germany lead by 1-0. Carsten Hintz, their captain, will take this free kick. It's fired straight into the wall. And it'll be a throw into Australia. Campios. Tele. Ennis is calling for the ball, and it's Ennis who has it now. That was by Polari. In fact, it was Polari who was shown the yellow card for the instance a couple of minutes ago. That's his first booking of the championships, this being his first match. Dugan. Schiller. Tele. Skoko. Now this looks useful. Skoko. Can he finish it with a shot? He can, but it's a weak effort. It was a terrific run by Josip Skoko. And if only the shot on goal had matched up to that weaving, darting run as he took on the entire German defence, the young Socceroos would have had something to shout about at half-time. Skoko has given the Australian attack some menace, though, in the opening 45 minutes. And here he is again. And into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Ball delivered back to Jensch. Here is Schiller. Dugan. He'll be trying to pinch the ball, couldn't do so. Karat. Going to waste time. Can't have any complaints. Tele. So disappointment for the young Socceroos as we hit the 45-minute mark. Germany lead by 1-0, scored by Marcel Rath midway through the first half. It really is Germany's only attempt on goal, and it's been successful. And Australia know they have a lot to do in the second half to claim a berth in the quarter-finals of the World Youth Championships in Doha. The half-time score is Australia 0, Germany 1. Thanks, Les. Australia are 45 minutes away from elimination unless they can find at least one goal against Germany in this final Group D game in the World Youth Championships in Doha. A draw might be good enough to take Australia through. It all depends on the outcome of the match between Cameroon and Costa Rica. They must score, though, in the next 45 minutes, at least one goal. Tale now. I'm sure Les Scheinflug has inspired his players at half-time. And possession once again given away cheaply to the German team. That was a familiar series of events in the opening 45 minutes, and so was the antics of Marcel Rath, who loves to dive all over the place every time he gets anywhere near the ball to try procure a free kick for his team. He's done so again here. This time Gerster was fouled, another free kick to the German team. I really think if the Australians can get off on the right foot with an early goal in this second half, they could well overrun the Germans and give them the sort of victory which could take them through. Stern with a free kick, safely into the arms of Clint Bolton. Pence. Well, he'll leave it to Bolton again. Do feel that Australia probably played better in their previous game against Cameroon. They just seemed a little bit more motivated in that match than they do in this one. And yet the prize couldn't be higher. Remember, the Germans know that a win for them wouldn't necessarily mean they went through to the last 8. Costa Rica could pit them, depending on how they do against Cameroon this evening. Good confident goalkeeping by Clint Bolton to deny Jan Valley a goal. Viduka appeared to be fouled. The ball runs to Pilakovic. The wild lunge was unnecessary from Tele. And Australia's problems are familiar ones, giving the ball away when they're not under pressure. Skoko. Useful run here by Skoko. Middleby appeared to be tripped. In fact, the free kick is going to go the other way. Robbie Middleby is yet to score in this tournament, but he caused Cameroon plenty of headaches in Australia's last game. Hasn't really had the same impact in this match. Pilakovic. Viduka. Middleby. Look at the number of white-shirted players now behind the ball. This is what Australia have struggled against so far. Skoko. Innis. Anthios is inside the penalty area. And the linesman spotted a handball against the Australian right back, so free kick to Germany. And another attack comes to nothing. Germany still leading by a goal to nil. And are they going to repeat that success of 1981 when they knocked Australia out of the competition? You may recall Australia missed a penalty in that match. Mark Kusas was never the same player again after missing the vital spot kick. Tele having his jersey tugged. Free kick to Australia. Is this the point where the young Socceroos grow up? They went into this tournament with such high ambitions. And this is Skoko. He's made a great run, Skoko! Denied by a fine save from Jensch. Skoko again. Viduka. Jensch has come off his line, hasn't quite got there. And suddenly the opportunity disappears for Australia once again. Skoko is easily the most dangerous player in the Australian attack. He's cut in from that left-hand side, and look at this wonderful run by Skoko. Inviting challenge after challenge. He just couldn't lift the ball over the goalkeeper. Pilakovic. Free kick to Germany. I think Australia felt it was going to go their way. Jensch with the free kick then to Germany. Art. Another terrific dive by Art. I think I said in my commentary of Germany's game with Cameroon that Art could qualify for air miles with the sort of dives he makes. And then managed to get himself sent off in that game. Gerster. So we've had 7 minutes of the second half. Still Germany with the all-important goal from the boot of Marcel Rath after 23 minutes of the match, rather. Stern. Dennis. Pietman's been injured in that little challenge. Stern. Well, the goalkeeper quite clearly called for the ball. So why Polari then intervened and got it out of play for a corner kick, I'm not quite sure. Pietman's picked up a painful hip injury here. And there'll be a slight delay before Germany can take this corner kick. Australia just have to hold onto their hopes of finding a goal and keep their concentration. The second German goal at this stage of the match could well be it as far as Australia were concerned. 1-0 in this sort of match is never going to be a big enough margin of victory for the Germans, and the Australian fans know that, and that's why they're giving their team plenty of encouragement. In there. I think Skoko may have made a clearance. Calais. Anthios. Again, an unforced error by Australia. Rath. Calais. Referee inadvertently got in the way. Brikic. Calais. Skoko. Feels for handball turned aside. Skoko again. Viduka! They're level! And you know who has done it again. It's his fourth goal of the competition. And what an important one for the young Socceroos. Viduka just looked up and tucked the ball past Simon Jensch. He really is one of the most potent strikers in Qatar at the moment. He lost his marker, Butner, there delightfully, and the finish was accurate and cool. Australia won, Germany won, and as long as Cameroon can beat Costa Rica in the other match being played this evening, that would be good enough to take the young Socceroos through to the quarter-finals. Costa Rican win, and it could be very different. It would go down to goal difference and how many goals Costa Rica scored tonight and how many goals Australia could find in this game. Certainly getting there in the end. Well, they got his name right at last, but it's a name everyone will know now, connected with these World Youth Championships. Mark Viduka, joint leading goal scorer of the competition with 4 goals now. And there's time enough for Australia to find a winner. Should Australia win this game, barring a minor miracle in the other match between Cameroon and Costa Rica, they would be virtually certain of going through. A draw might be good enough. Ennis. Tele. Oh, trying to poke it through towards Viduka. Skoko's won it here. Skoko can finish. He's missed. Oh, dear. How many chances does that young man need? He dummied the goalkeeper, who he left for dead, and he still missed. What was Les Scheinflug saying about the fact that the young Socceroos don't take the chances they create? I tell you what, Skoko could have had a hat-trick. And Skoko's lost the ball now, and he wins it back illegally. Well, I felt certain that Skoko would score then. Reitman. Middleby spins away. Gets there ahead of Dugan. Viduka. Anthios. Free kick to Germany. So things looking a lot better now for the young Socceroos. It's a goalkeeper's ball. And Germany about to make a change here. Bettenstadt, number 18, coming on from the Schalke club, and Stern, number 3, coming off. Now, will it make some difference to the German attack? Bettenstadt. Lesser. Going to Australia. Ennis. Skoko. Given away dangerously then to Gerster. I think we can forget about the Germans playing this cat and mouse game anymore after that Australian goal. Tele. Ennis. Kovakovic. Reitman dispossessed him with some ease. I do think Australia look at their most dangerous when they get that early ball forward to Viduka and Middleby. Then they have Germany stretched all over the place. Just a couple of occasions, Calais and Innes have just delayed whilst in possession, and the entire German team has got back. Brikic. Skoko. Oh, that's a poor error by Valle. Viduka trying to shield the ball. Viduka again. Skoko! He's missed another one. That was a bit harder chance, to be honest. The goalkeeper advanced off his line very quickly to shut down the space Skoko had there. Skoko with a cross. Chalet beaten in the air. Anthios. Anthios has to scurry back here. Good covering by Vrikic. Twice covering for Anthios, who'd moved forward. Schiller. And slightly more than an hour of this match, it's still one apiece. Riedman. Germany are slightly more positive than they were 10 minutes ago before that Australian goal. This is a very dangerous time for Australia. Riedman. Now, can Australia break quickly now? Innes. That's a good early ball looking for Middleby. And covered by Dugan. That's where Australia can prove very, very effective. Moving swiftly from defence into attack and getting players forward quickly. Skoko with a throw. Viduka. He's lost one marker. Now there's a chase on here. Vrikic should be there first. Oh, a poor clearance by Clint Bolton. Under pressure from that back pass. And it's a throw-in which Rath will take. First error by Clint Bolton. I think the Australian goal will make this a much better football match, to be honest, because Germany have come out and decided to play football rather than sit behind a defensive wall and just hope Australia will be unable to break through them. Skoko! Another one of these weaving runs. Skoko! Middleby! Oh dear! Driven straight at the goalkeeper. Skoko, the architect that time. Middleby unable to bury the chance. And this is what worries Les Scheinpflug, that when Australia get into those goal-scoring opportunities, they're not taking them. Germany have had one chance to score in this match and they've taken it. Australia must have had 7 or 8 by now, and they've only scored once. Rath. Useful cross. Oh, got the header in on goal. Well, this match really is at a crucial period. Australia cannot afford to concede another goal. Innes. Skoko. Free kick to Australia. Ennis to take the free kick. Anthios. Skoko. Oh, just a ricochet into the path of Hens. Valley has run it out of play. I think Australia's only tactic is to go seeking another goal. And they're doing it now with Skoko. Struck his own player, Middleby. Far too close to Jensch. Needed to cut the ball back towards Viduka. This is Rietman. Gerster. Seems to me that, like, Skoko is struggling with this breathing problem he's having after picking up some sort of chest virus. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a substitution involving Skoko shortly. Bettenstadt. Most of the Australian team are either part-time players or youth team players in the NSL. Several are breaking through into NSL teams. Viduka. Skoko. Out wide to Anthios. Rikic. No foul. But Germany have a lot of players now behind the ball. Middleby. Ennis. Ennis, one of the players getting regular football now in the NSL. So this is where Australia have been disappointing. They've had possession, but they've been forced back. Ilakovic. And now they've lost possession. This should be the goalkeeper's ball. Lesser. That's good football by the young Socceroos. They're playing better in this second half. Skoko. He spoke too soon, didn't he? This match has opened up considerably after the rather sterile stuff of the opening 45 minutes. We're midway through the second half, it's still 1-1. Skoko. Viduka. Oh, the goalkeeper's made a rather weak punch after colliding with his own defender. That had fallen to an Australian player. Could have been curtains for Germany. Foul on Kunzel, but Rikic was saying that he won the ball fairly and squarely. Rietman. Come down to Raat. No sign of a substitution just yet by the Australian bench. Australian players are saying that the most exciting thing away from football was the Kentucky Fried Chicken takeaway, which is close to their hotel. They really have been living it up in Doha. Skoko. He's through again. Skoko! Well, he'll soon be into double figures with his attempts on goal. The Germans have had no answer to the running from midfield of Josip Skoko. Innis. Skoko again. Innis takes over. Yes, Innis, his mum Tina is watching from her home in Shepperton in Victoria State. No doubt she'll be cheering on her son and very proud of him too, no doubt. So another German switch here, with Schiller, the left back, coming off. And Tobias Sumelka from the 20 Enschede club in Holland, who came on as a substitute against Cameroon, on in his place. Remember, the Germans have come here without a host of recognised first-team regulars. A similar story for the Dutch team. Players like Marcus Vidal from Bayer Erdingen and Lars Ricken from Borussia Dortmund. Kaimi Michalke from Bochum and Sebastian Hahn from Bayer Erdingen. All might have played at least some part in this tournament. Marcel Fench from the Berlin club, who's injured. He couldn't make an impact. All those players have been required to stay behind in Germany for club duty. Part of the disruption of this tournament. Moving it from Nigeria, moving it forward a month as well. Now, Germany are dangerously pressing forward. Rodson marked in the middle here. This is Rod. Oh, he's beaten to the ball, I think, by Belakovic in the end. And now, can Australia quickly counter-attack? Ennis. Tale injects some pace into the Australian midfield. Ennis again. Skoko. Ennis. Paducah! Was he offside? Skoko helped it through, then Ennis, slightly offside. Yeah, the linesman had his flag raised. It wouldn't have counted had it gone in. Tale. Kunsel. Now to run with the ball. Ennis. Up now. It's a dangerous ball inside the box. Great defensive header by Polari. Bettenstadt moved in for the kill. Tries have come on, and let's get a bit tighter here from the Australian defence. The Germans are giving Australia quite a game now. Sumelka with the corner kick. Still 1-1. Riethmann. Gerster. Play to the back post. Sumelka again. And these are testing times for the young Socceroos. Good defensive header by the sweeper, Ian Polari. He missed the opening games against Costa Rica and Cameroon. Semelka with his corner kick. Rietman. All this hesitation there by the young Socceroos. And thankfully for them, the ball is played up to the halfway line. Picked up by Hens, the captain. No foul. Now can Australia build with possession through Innis. Vlakovic, good pass from Viduka. Vlakovic with the cross. Trying to pick out Viduka once again. Viduka, Middleby. Viduka! Jensch with a good stop. Those two, Middleby and Viduka, seem to have a telepathic understanding. Good strike by Viduka. Slightly more than 10 minutes of the match remaining. Australia hanging on with this 1-1 scoreline. No doubt the Australian supporters hoping amongst hope that Cameroon can overcome Costa Rica. So a first taste of action for Andrew Vlahos from Heidelberg United, an attacking midfield player. And Josip Skoko, who has this respiratory problem at the moment. We see him breathing quite heavily there. There's a player who makes way, and Skoko really has threatened to take Germany apart. It's disappointing for him, he doesn't end the game with a goal. Innis. Kalari. Tale. Kalari. Should be the goalkeeper's ball, indeed it is. Anthios. He's lost Semulka. Lejos. Plesser got his foot to the ball. You may be dismayed to know that FIFA are investigating allegations of attempted match fixing here in Qatar. Nothing has been proved, and we should underline that. But it is rumoured that attempts have been made to bribe young players to throw games, and that really is a very upsetting fact of the modern game. Should underline that nothing has been proved that any bribes were taken or anything agreed, but it has been confirmed that players have been approached. Should also add that when the names of the countries have been mentioned as possible targets for match fixing, Australia haven't been amongst those. And I think it'd be unfair to name specific countries when nothing has been proved, but Australia haven't been involved in any of the allegations. Innis. Lejos now. Innis. Poking it through to Middleby. Well, Jensch has given that German goal terrific security. Innis playing this clever little pass in towards Middleby. As soon as he had the ball, found Jens right in front of him. It's a terrific flick on. Now the whistle has gone. And the short-tempered Marcel Raad is furious with the referee. So another switch for the Socceroos, the young Socceroos. Robert Innes is coming off, and Dino Manilo will come on in his place. Innes has had a steady game in midfield for the young Socceroos. He had an ankle injury against Cameroon, and maybe he's just feeling the effects of that. So Dino Manilo, who came on as a substitute for Joseph Skoko against Cameroon, the second Australian substitution of the match, and it's still 1-1. Friedman. It's a corner kick. Germany have slowly crept into this match since Australia's equaliser from Mark Viduka. And this is a difficult time for the young Socceroos. Australia's attacking instincts have been blunted slightly. Samulka. Great catch by Clint Bolton. And he's launched the ball quickly upfield. Samulka. And a throw into Germany. Samulka to take it. Riethmann. That should be the goalkeeper's ball. And there's a foul on the goalkeeper by Marcel Raad. Bolton slightly winded. And Plesser takes the free kick. Tele. Lejos. Vlakovic. Interest in this tournament has inevitably slackened off slightly following the Qataris' elimination at the group stage yesterday. Lejos will take this throw. Middleby. Lejos again. Viduka. Lejos. Australia took quite a while to work that opening. In the end, the shot was very disappointing. And Jürgen Dorna still hoping his side can pinch a goal. Tele. Lovely work by Tele. Might come down to Viduka. Oh, there appeared to be a foul there on Melino. Raad. Free kick to Germany for the foul on Raad. As soon as he's touched on or off the ball by an opposing player, he falls to the ground and looks appealingly at the referee. This time his antics worked. The young Socceroos won't need reminding, they conceded a very late goal indeed against Cameroon. Just I think Clint Bolton had that one covered. It's just cleared the crossbar by about 6 or 7 inches. So will a draw be enough to take Australia through? No doubt the coaching staff have got one or two spies at the Cameroon-Costa Rica game. Should be the goalkeeper's ball again, it is. Bolton has pulled out some good catches in this second half. Pitch with a throw. Middleby, Reitman. Well, does the script have a late goal in it? Germany are being told to push forward now. The draw isn't any use to them. It would mean they'd only have 2 points from their 3 games, and they would be eliminated. Bettenstadt. Ball front forward towards Viduka. Viduka, he's just got one to beat now. Did he get round Dugan? He's round Dugan. Next is the goalkeeper. It was real hope then that Viduka would somehow poach another goal for the young Socceroos to ease their worries in the last couple of minutes of this football match. Dugan did well to drag Viduka wide, and Jensch, the goalkeeper, did the rest. Again doing well. It's now or never for Germany. Australia will have to just concentrate for the last few seconds of this game and not concede a late goal. And they will hope and hope that Costa Rica haven't beaten Cameroon. This is Middleby. It's still Middleby. Forced wide by Dugan. Antheos. It's chipped to the back post, and somehow it stayed out from the header from Vlahos. What a wonderful cross which invited the header. Vlahos met it, thought he'd scored, and the follow-up was wide. So the young Socceroos end the match on the offensive. We're into stoppage time at the end of the game, and this is Bilakovic trying to pinch the ball. An offside decision against Manilo. Can't recall too many injuries in the second half. Beatman. opportunity late on here for Germany. And the ball ricochets out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick. Ooh, I bet there was one or two sighs of relief then in the Australian defence. Samoka thought he'd won a corner kick. It's not so. Hence, the German captain is now playing as an out-and-out striker as Germany try to pinch a late goal. And there's more defensive work still to do for the young Socceroos. They might as well bring everybody behind the ball. And it's Angelovski coming on now, a defender. And Middleby coming off. This is just to defend this free kick. I doubt whether Angelovski will be on the field more than 60 seconds. Australia hanging on for a draw which they hope will take them through. Gerster lines up the free kick, which well wide. And the referee has blown the final whistle. The match ends in a draw. Australia had to come from behind to get this 1-1 scoreline. Mark Viduka rescued them with a goal 5 minutes into the second half. And now Australia will just hope that Cameroon have beaten Costa Rica. As for Germany, they are eliminated. Australia hope they will go to the quarter-finals. The final score here, Australia 1, Germany 1.
News is that Australia has qualified for the quarter-finals, where they will meet Portugal, and the result of the other match is that Cameroon has defeated Costa Rica 3-1, and of course Australia and Germany drawing 1-1, which meant that on the Group D table Australia finished in second position. It was Cameroon on top with 7 points, Australia on 4 points, Costa Rica finished with 3, just missing out, and Germany of course with their 2 points and are on their way home. So let's give you the quarter-final pairings now. It'll be Brazil versus Japan and Portugal versus Australia, and then in the other 2 quarter-finals it'll be Spain versus Russia and Cameroon versus Argentina. The televised games we'll have for you will be Brazil versus Japan early on Monday morning, and in the late game it'll be Australia versus Portugal. Johnny Warren?
Yeah, relief.
Yeah, relief, yeah.
Long second half, a much better half for Australia. But the number of chances missed, we just started to log the chances and gave up. I think it must have been about 15 in the whole match. On the other hand, Germany's first strike at goal and only strike was 5 minutes from time. So that says a lot of things, that Australia played a lot better than we thought, or that the German side was one of the poorest German national teams at any level we've seen. But that's to deny the boys. That's a game they could have won by half a dozen goals.
They played a lot better than Germany, that's for sure. The question is whether they played well enough to threaten Portugal.
Well, they're going to have to improve a lot on what we've seen of Portugal to beat Portugal, but that is possible. But the catalyst really was Skoko, and it was delighted to see him win the man of the match, because he started it just before half-time, and that the catalyst to the belief, for the boys to have the belief to start to do something else. We're not against Germany, the great Germany, we're against a team who we're better than, and that was a belief I had at the start of the tournament and was borne out today. Let's have a look at the goal, John. Mark Viduka, the scorer again, and he's on 4 goals now for the tournament. Yeah, and Mark's that beautiful ability he has to be able to drift into open space and turn and put the opponent out of the match. Skoko involved, yeah, and Skoko himself could have had 3 or 4 goals. Quite an outstanding performance by him, and hopefully setting the example. We were saying at half-time we needed someone to stand up to set the example. And it was the likes of Skoko and, of course, Viduka who did that and enabled us to finally win. although the thought was always there that Germany could pinch it, and that would have been an injustice because Australia thoroughly deserved to win this match on chances created, the way they limited Germans' attacks on goal. And a lot of that, as we mentioned, can be put down to, well, it was a pretty poor German team, but that is to deny our boys their rightful place in the quarter-final.
All right, John, I might just point out that the winner of that quarter-final between Australia and Portugal will play the winner of the quarter-final between Brazil and Japan in the semi-finals. And just quickly, John, the other quarter-finals ahead of us, your comments on those: Cameroon versus Argentina, Brazil, Japan, and Spain, Russia.
A prediction, you want?
Well,
just
how do you think? Well, basically.
Well, I think, well, on what we've seen, Brazil would be favoured over Japan. Spain, Russia should be a top match, but you'd lean slightly towards Spain. Cameroon, Argentina will probably be the pick of all those. You would think Cameroon quite outstanding, and Argentina getting the goals today, which could turn it round for them. But you'd probably go maybe for Cameroon in that.
All right, John, thanks for your help tonight. Today we'll see you tonight and, of course, on Monday morning. And I might just give you the fax number of the Australians again if you want to send congratulatory messages to them. There it is, 0011 974 410 941, 0011 974 410 941. That's at their hotel in Doha, and that's day 8 of the World Youth Finals and the end of phase 1. The knockout phase with the quarterfinals begin at midnight on Sunday. It will be Brazil versus Japan first, and then at 3:15 a.m. Portugal versus Australia. But we'll be back again at 7 tonight with another world sport and another hour of action from today's games. Till then, from the World Game, goodbye.